I knocked at the door and waited because I wanted to hear from Richard's mouth what was going on. And when the door opened, it was Angel. I pushed her away from the door and walked in and found Richard seated on the bed. The look on his face was of shock and confusion. So I stood over him and asked, "What is going on here?" And Angel started to speak. "Oh, I'm sorry, madam, I can explain." I was like, "Shut your mouth. I want to know from my husband what is going on here." And Richard started to explain. "I don't know what's going on. I can explain. This is not what it looks like." All the very generic words that every single stupid guy out there says. So I turned to Angel and said, "Why are you doing this to me? I paid you for a job." And Angel looked at me straight in the face and said, "It's obvious that you cannot do the job well. That's why your husband keeps coming here." I could not believe my ears. I could not believe my ears. I looked at Richard, hoping that he would maybe stand up and tell this girl to not talk to me the way she did, but he just sat there. And then out of the blue, he got up and walked away and left me and Angel in the room. I could not believe what I was seeing. I turned to Angel and told her, "If I ever see you around my husband again, no one will blame me for what happens to you." And she rolled her eyes and said, "He will come back." I slapped her across the face. She landed on her bed and I walked out. I followed Richard, caught up with him just as he was about to get into his car, and told him, "You are not coming back to my house." I took another border, got back to my house, and waited in anger because I wanted Richard to explain to me what was going on and what had happened. He did not come back. I called his phone, he switched it off. I sat there for the whole night in anger, crying and blaming myself, angry with Richard, angry with the world, angry and disgusted at Angel. Richard came home 2 days later. 2 days later, and told me it wasn't his fault, that I opened the door to Angel and that I should not blame him for what's happening. And then he said that he was not sure about our marriage anymore. A few weeks ago, my husband and I were perfect before this girl came into this equation. And now my husband is telling me that he is tired of this relationship, of this marriage, and is not sure it will work. He packed a small bag and walked out of the house. As I speak now, it's been a few weeks and I've not heard from Richard. I've tried to contact his friends, tried to contact his siblings, and no one really knows where Richard is. I tried to go back to that shack that I found him with Angel, and he's not there. So I sit here and wonder to myself, was I right or wrong to try and make my husband happy? Was I right for letting this woman in to our home? I am still confused and angry and just sad and hurting. I don't have answers. I don't know where this is going. I don't know. But I feel like I've learned a very hard lesson, but I don't know how to start again. I'll keep trying to find my husband, try to fix my marriage, but for now, I don't know where Richard is, and I don't know where our marriage stands. Thank you for listening to my story.